Story 1. The Clicking Well. I've been into urban exploration for as long as I can remember. Cemeteries, abandoned schools, forgotten churches. I'd spend hours on Google Earth searching for structures tucked away in rural woods, then mark a list of spots to visit in a day. Most people need a friend to go with them. I preferred being alone. That day, one location stood out. A tiny abandoned church deep in the forest. I parked on a dirt road and hiked for 10 minutes through thick trees. Old rusted trash and broken furniture littered the ground. Then, the clearing appeared. And in it, the church. An ancient stone well stood in front. It wasn't sealed. I peered into the darkness until it swallowed my flashlight beam. That's when I heard it. A faint click. 2 seconds later, another. Like wood tapping against stone, steady and unnatural. I stared down far longer than I should have, hypnotized by that sound, before forcing myself toward the church. Inside, dust hung in the air. Light fractured through shattered stained glass. The pews were broken, the pulpit crooked. Behind it, a narrow hallway led to a basement door hanging open. Normally, I'd be thrilled to explore a basement, but this time, something in my gut tightened. The wooden stairs groaned as I descended. On the 7th step, my foot punched through rotten wood, and I tumbled hard to the dirt floor below, pain shooting up my spine. My flashlight skidded away. That's when I heard it. A voice, high-pitched, between a woman and a child. Hello. The rest was garbled nonsense. I swept my light around. Stone walls, busted chairs, and at the far side, a hand-dug tunnel. The voice was coming from inside. My flashlight flickered as I stepped toward it, the clicking sound returning, identical to the one from the well. It grew louder, closer. I ran, pulled myself up the stairs, dropped my flashlight, and didn't stop till I was outside. The well was silent now, no birds, no wind, just dead air. I didn't look back as I sprinted through the woods to my car. To this day, I don't know what was in that tunnel, or if the well and the voice were connected, but I haven't gone exploring alone since. Story 2. The Featureless Man. Me and my friends, John and Anthony, had been chased off a rural farm once for fishing on the property. The farmer's dog found us, and he threatened to call the cops. We should have learned our lesson. We didn't. The next evening, an hour before dark, we hiked through dense woods to sneak back in. The property was massive. Endless horses, run-down sheds, and then cars. Dozens of them. Corvettes, Ferraris, Range Rovers, some stripped for parts. We realized we'd probably stumbled onto a stolen car operation. Near the main house, we found a huge camper swallowed in vines. Inside was bedding, food, and fishing rods. Someone was living there. That's when the bad feeling started. In thick brush behind the house, we spotted an old freezer. As we got closer, a foul stench rolled out. Rot and death. We backed away, deciding we didn't want to know. We were making our way out when Anthony froze, listening. We all heard it. Movement. Through a gap in the vegetation, John climbed onto a rock to look. His face went pale. I took his place. 50 feet away, at a table, sat a man with a black cat. His face had no features, no eyes, no mouth, no nose, just smooth, white skin. Beside him, a woman locked eyes with me, then began running in our direction. We bolted into the woods. Branches whipped our faces as noises followed us, stomping, galloping, distant screams. The hike back felt endless, but we made it to the road and didn't stop until we were safe. I still can't say if what I saw was real, or if it was some kind of mask, but the image of that face will never leave me. Story 3. Gunshots at the quarry. The first time we visited the McKinney, Texas quarry, we were looking for cliff-jumping spots. We found warning signs everywhere: no trespassing, blasting zone, and one that read trespassers will be shot on sight. But we laughed it off and jumped the fence. We'd only been there an hour when a black Hummer pulled up. A furious woman yelled that we were trespassing, then, into her phone, said, "John, get the gun." We apologized and she let us go, warning that the cops were coming. We left fast. That should have been the end of it. Months later, we came back with a bigger group. This time, we parked at a church to hide our cars and hiked in. A silver van pulled up and idled. We stayed put until gunshots exploded nearby. We grabbed our stuff and ran. More shots rang out, echoing through the quarry. My heart felt like it was tearing out of my chest. We vaulted the fence, desperate to get off the property. By sheer luck, a stranger in a white truck, the same guy who'd warned us earlier about the Hummer, gave us a ride back to our cars. I don't know if they were firing warning shots or aiming for us, but I'll never set foot there again. Story 4. The House on Lake Harlow. In 2018, my cousin Ryan and I heard rumors about a massive abandoned house on Lake Harlow. The story went that a wealthy family vanished in the 90s, leaving everything behind. We approached through the woods. The back door was unlocked. Inside, the kitchen looked frozen in time. Dishes on the counter, coffee in a mug, a calendar from May 1997 still hanging on the wall. Family photos smiled down from the hallway, their faces faded and pale. Upstairs, one room had a bed perfectly made, but drawers emptied. Another was filled wall to wall with classified ads from July 1997, all for private, quiet transactions. In the master bedroom, the windows were boarded from the in-city, and a padlocked closet sat at the far wall, its floor scratched from something heavy being dragged. The basement was worse. In the center stood 5 mismatched chairs in a perfect circle. They were spotless, like they'd been used recently. That's when we heard it. A door closing upstairs, followed by slow, deliberate footsteps. They stopped directly above the basement door. The handle rattled. We slipped through a small broken window and ran into the woods. When I looked back, someone was standing in the open basement doorway, watching us. Ryan later posted about the house online. A local replied, saying people had seen someone inside over the years, but no one could explain the circle of chairs. We never went back.